This is the new 2023 Chevrolet Suburban Premier. So ever since GM redesigned their SUVs back in 2021, the sales for them have increased by quite a bit, even more than what was already class leading. But with that came the tough competition, including the recently refreshed Ford Expedition and the all-new Toyota Sequoia. But with that tough competition out there and their new refreshed model, is this still a great choice to buy in late 2023? Let's go ahead and find out. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started up front with the styling. We have a very nice Chevrolet bow tie in the center that can be blocked out if you get an optional package, and you have a nice and blingy chrome grille that is horizontal for this Premier trim level. Down below you have fully functional vents and a fully functional air curtain beneath the headlights. Speaking of headlights, we'll have completely LED headlights with the reflector style, and we will not have fog lights, which is disappointing for this price point. Coming to the wheels, as you can see, we have 22-inch alloy wheels, which does cost quite a bit extra, however is a nice upgrade over the 20 inches. Now coming to the rest of the side profile, as you can see, not a lot going on here. We have a chrome strip that curves up like a hockey stick, and mirrors that will blind spot monitor, heat, auto dim, and power fold. And just like the side profile, not a lot of stuff going on back here in the rear area. We have a chrome strip with the Chevrolet bow tie and Suburban branding, and we also have a trailer hitch at the bottom, which can tow even more with the diesel powertrain we have today. With the lights, we have, unfortunately, incandescent taillights across the whole board, even on this $80,000 trim level, which is not a cool thing to see at this price point. When coming to the interior, the Premier definitely does not disappoint, because you have an equally luxurious interior as the High Country without wasting any extra money. Now when it comes to the actual interior itself, the door panel is composed of the soft touch leatherette at the top, some very nice wood grain, and a nice leather armrest with leather padding for your knee. You have all your switchgear and your memory seats, and a ton of storage down below. You have standard running boards equipped with this Suburban Premier, however, power running boards are optional. The seats will be real leather with perforation and really cool piping and contrast stitching, and the Suburban will be equipped with 12 ways of power adjusting. Getting into the interior itself, it is not the easiest task to do. However, the running boards do help quite a bit. Now, inside the interior itself, it is quite a bit quieter than it is outside. And speaking of which, we have a steering wheel that is both leather wrapped and heated, which is a nice thing to have. The button will be toward the left. I really love how we have a digital gauge cluster on this new Suburban. It is fully customizable, and you can even change the way it looks. Now coming to the materials, this is a higher trim level, so I do expect quite a bit with the materials. We have a nice soft touch material along the top, perforated leather with contrast stitching here, with aluminum as well. I also love the leather right down here and the contrast stitching, and we have a little bit of gloss black here and there. Now storage is a big priority in an SUV like the Suburban, and I am happy to say that you have a lot of it. Starting with the center console, we have a nice phone holder, an armrest, and you can open this up for storage. This is not a lot of storage right here, but that is because we have the power sliding center console. I will not be demonstrating that today, but when you do have that, you can have even more room underneath that, and the backseat passengers get to enjoy some storage space. We also have two cup holders and a little tray here that can be used as a wireless charger. Coming to the climate controls, I'm very happy to say that we have completely physical hard buttons and knobs for this. This is very easy to use, and I really enjoy using this, especially with the fan being a knob right here. You also have 3 stages of heated seats and ventilated seats, and you can choose if you want it to heat your back only as well. Now coming to the infotainment system, we have Chevrolet's latest system that was upgraded last year for 2022. This is a very easy and quick to respond system, however it does glitch sometimes. We have a Wi-Fi hotspot and wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you have Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa built into this. Now, we also will have a nice backup camera, and let me explain the shifter for a quick second. This is a push-pull design, so you push for park, you pull for reverse, which will bring you a very high-resolution backup camera with a trailer view, and this is a very big priority for a car like this. You can option on a 360 view, but this does not have this, unfortunately. You will push for neutral, and you can pull this again for drive, which will not bring you a camera. You can see the cameras in this right here, but that is basically it. Now you also have a sunglasses holder over here since you don't have one up top, and you can fit quite a bit in there. And now coming up top, we will have controls to bring down our third row, which you do just like that. And you can also bring it up, which is a nice thing. Now up here, you also have your home link controls and controls for a large panoramic sunroof up top. The seat that is easily fought over the most in the whole entire car is easily the passenger seat. To whoever child that wins the fight, this is what they'll be getting. A pretty straightforward door panel with nice wood trim and leather with a ton of storage at the bottom, an illuminated door sill, and 12-way power adjustable seats that have leather and cool piping and contrast stitching. Getting in is still a chore, however you do get a handle up there like you do not have on the driver's side. Now, when you're in the car itself, you have some very nice perforated leather and some wood trim above that. The glove box will be finished in a hard material, but you can fit quite a bit into the glove box, which is a very nice thing to have in a large SUV just like this one. The second row is easily one of the biggest priorities for Chevrolet, and we sure have a lot of space in here. Let's get into it. We have a very nice door panel with wood trim and leather, and a ton of storage down below. Getting in might be a bigger chore for smaller kids, but you have a running board and an assist strap to help them. There's a Suburban door sill, and these seats will be perforated leather and will easily be able to manually slide and recline. Getting into the car itself, there are a lot of nice things to appreciate, and your passengers will certainly treat you well. You have a large seat back pocket on both seats, and you also have a household style outlet down below and 2 USB-C ports. You also can have heated seats in 3 stages and a third zone of climate control. Now, you don't have the rear seat media that you get. However, it is an option, and I appreciate the panoramic sunroof for letting in more light. Now let's get into the third row. The third row is not always going to be used, but with bigger families, this is very important. To get into the third row, you have to pull this lever, and then you pull it again to let the seats come up. Just make sure that they don't step on these tracks, but otherwise, it's really easy to get in. Now back here, just look at how much space I have. I have a ton of leg room and a lot of room to just stretch my feet out. And this is basically the same amount of room as you get in the Tahoe. The real difference is in the cargo area, but you do also have a little tray here, a cup holder, and a USB-C port on both sides. The amount of trunk space that you get in a full-size SUV like this one is definitely the biggest priority besides the second and third rows. This is definitely where you get the difference between Suburban and Tahoe, not necessarily in the second and third rows, but definitely in this cargo area. Look at how much space we have. We have 41.7 cubic feet of cargo room with the third row up. That beats any minivan out there, including the new Kia Carnival. Folding down the seats is very easy. Just hold down the button and either the left side or the right side will fold down. Now you can also fold down the second row. You just click the button and you can click it again if you would like your child to get into the back, and you just have to do it from the cargo area. With the third row down, you're looking at 93.8 cubic feet of cargo room, and with the second row down, that's 144.7. That's a lot. Alright guys, we have a special powertrain today, and that is the 3-liter V6 Duramax diesel engine. You heard me right, we have a diesel powertrain on the channel today. That is actually a first for this channel. You're looking at 277 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque for this one only. This has the least amount of horsepower that you can get in any Suburban, but you have the same amount of torque as the 6.2 liter. We do have slightly better fuel economy at 23 combines, 20 in the city, 26 on the highway, and you have a 10-speed automatic transmission. This will also tow a little bit better. It's been 2 years since this Suburban has been redesigned, and that gives the competition a good chance to catch up. Fortunately, Chevrolet has made a 2025 refreshed model that brings extra luxuries and goodies to the interior and a smoother ride on 24-inch wheels. The Expedition and Sequoia are very nice cars, and do consider them. However, the Suburban in 2025 will be a great car to buy. Now, I feel small standing next to this Suburban because this is a big one on the channel today. We have this measuring in at 225 inches in length, and we have it measuring in at 81 inches in width, which is absolutely insane. The Suburban has always been a great vehicle, and that continues even in late 2023. The new refresh model is looking really sweet, and I definitely would wait for that one because it is really increasing the luxuries, and GM is really making an effort to keep this at the very top. The others are very good, but this is definitely the way to go if you're looking for a large family SUV that is relatively reliable. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.